I know this is going to shake a couple feathers for some people, but working out is the best thing you can do for your body. Hello everybody, it's your Dani. Happy New Year, guys. It is the day before my birthday, the day before I turn 21, and wow, I am turning 21. That's so crazy to me. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about 5 monthly habits you can do to elevate your life in 2024. And who doesn't want their life elevated in 2024? 2023 was a rough year for me. And I'm talking about a rough year for me. So there are some habits that I just wanted to try out in 2024 that I feel like will elevate your life to the max, okay? And these are some things that I'm starting to do now in 2024, and I will continue and do an update each month and throughout the end of the year. Anyways, but if you're new to me or if you've never seen my face before, make sure you subscribe and follow me on my socials. They'll be linked in the description down below to keep up with me. And subscribe, you're gonna love it here. Like, it's all positive vibes, great energy, and love and support from this community. Like, why wouldn't you want to join this community? Anyways, enough of the rambling, let's get into this video. The first thing I have here is read a book once a month. Now, I know if you're not a big reader, this is going to be hard for you, and I am not a big reader. Like in high school and college, when we would have to read books or assigned reading, it was just hard for me to sit down and read a book. I don't know why. I think it's my attention span right now is just very, very low. And people who would pick up books like fantasy books, I just never understood how they could read 500 pages of a fantasy book. Like, that's just not me. I can barely pick up a regular book. The only books that I really truly enjoy is self-help books. One book that I absolutely love is Dear Self. It's amazing, and it doesn't feel like you're reading a book. It feels like you're talking to somebody or you're reading an email from somebody who's giving you advice. And I like books like that. But if you're someone who's not a big reader, listening to audiobooks will help you big time. Like, this is not sponsored or anything, but check out Audible, check out YouTube, check out different platforms that will have audio versions of the book that you want. And sometimes you can get it for free. And one book that I'm actually really excited to read is Atomic Habits. This has been a book that I've heard so many people talk about, and I'm really excited to read it. There is an audiobook for 6 hours, so if you guys want to read this with me, pick it up for the month of January. Maybe we have 3 weeks left or 2.5 weeks left of January, and I don't know if I'm going to get through everything, but this is one book that I do want to read over the course of each month. But pick up a self-help book, pick up the Bible, whatever it is, and just read and fill your brain with knowledge outside of social media, outside of everything else. And sounds something crazy for me to say, but I really want to start reading a book a month. And I think that it will help me. Even if you don't read it once a month, maybe every 2 months if you're a very busy person, or it's kind of hard for you to sit down and like actually be quiet and read a book, then that's fine. But at least read a book sometime this year and say, I actively chose a book to read, and it grew me in some type of way. I was able to gain some type of knowledge from this book. The next tip that will elevate your life is having a non-negotiable for yourself. Now, I saw this and I got this advice from Jazz Turner. She was talking about monthly things that you're gonna do, or just non-negotiables you're gonna give yourself. So whether it's you're always gonna get your hair done, you're always gonna get your nails done, you're always gonna get your lashes done. What is something that you will not budge on? You will cut out your budget. You will create something else to have a smaller budget just to make sure you get this thing. And for me, I'm giving myself monthly dues or non-negotiables. So each month I want to give myself at least flowers once a month. I want to take myself on solo dates once a month. I think it's so important to date yourself. You're going to go throughout the whole year, and sometimes people go out through the whole year and don't even take themselves on a date. And it sounds like a corny idea, like, why would I date myself? Like, I just go out by myself. But actually spend time and be intentional with yourself. So for me, I'm doing solo dates with myself and solo dates, well, not solo dates, but kind of like solo dates with God, and spending time with God in that moment. Because a lot of times we want people to date us and we want to go on these dates and stuff like that, but do we really know ourselves? Do we really know who this person is? Because a whole 12 months will go by and you won't even realize who you were or the things that you want. We're humans and we're always changing, we're always evolving, we're always growing. So in order to keep up with yourself and the things that you want, make sure that you're taking yourself on these dates. figuring out who you are, the things that you like. So for me, I would go and take myself on a date and be like, what does Dani like? What does Dani love? What are some things that she wants to do? Where does she see herself in the future? What are her aspirations and goals for next year? What are some things that make Dani happy? Things like that can ultimately elevate your life. And you're probably like, why would taking myself on a date elevate my life? It will, because one, you won't really settle for someone trying to come and be like, oh, let me take you on a date. You already take yourself on a date. So someone's going to have to come 10 times harder if they want to come speak to you. Same thing with getting yourself roses. If you get yourself roses every week or once a month, someone trying to give you roses is not going to move you. It really won't. You'll be like, yeah, but I get them myself. And of course, it's always nice for someone to buy things other than you buying yourself, but it's really not going to appease you. It's not going to entice you. It's not going to intrigue you. They're going to have to come 10 times harder than just roses and a date. Take yourself on these lavish experiences like helicopter rides, dinners, picnics, whatever it is that you want. Do it for yourself. Do a staycation, getaway, hotels, relaxing environments, and do that for yourself. And don't wait for anybody around to come give that to you, because once you do that for yourself, it will change your whole perspective on dating. It will change your whole perspective on who you let in your circle, because no one can come easily. And that used to be me. I would get enticed by all these nice things like flowers, dates. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're getting me flowers? Look, right there, I have flowers. Over there, I have flowers. And I'm going to get myself flowers each month and each week, or whatever my budget allows. Because once I'm getting myself that, someone saying, oh yeah, let me get you flowers. Well, I kind of do that for myself. And when you create that routine, because at the first glance, if you do it for a month and someone tries to come in, you're going to gladly have them take that over. But if you create that routine and do that every single week, and you're doing that for a year, and someone tries to be like, let me get you flowers, you're like, I already do that. You might even have a subscription by then. You might have a weekly subscription for fresh flowers. And someone trying to do that, it's not really going to move you. So do something that is non-negotiable for you. What is your non-negotiable you're going to do every single month? Is it get your hair done? Is it I'm going to always have my hair done, my nails done, my lashes done? Am I going to do solo dates? Am I going to get myself flowers or pamper myself or treat myself every single month? Whatever it is, have a non-negotiable and stick to it. The third thing is practicing gratitude. I was at church on Sunday, and the pastor was talking about how he had this message to preach, and the Holy Spirit led him and told him that he should preach on gratitude. And that moved me so much, because he also did another sermon like sometime in November about how happiness does not equal gratitude. Gratitude equals happiness, if that makes sense. So you don't just be happy, or like, oh, when I'm happy, I will express gratitude. You're always grateful. And in that practice of gratitude and that practice of being grateful, you will experience that gratitude. That happiness. You will experience true happiness and be at peace. If you guys want to check out the pastor, it's Pastor Dalo Shields, and he gave everyone this like free book, How to Grow Your Gratitude. And there were so many gems in here, but one thing that really stuck out to me was this point that he made. And he has like bolded points, but it says, radically reduce the presence of negative voices in your life. And that blew my mind, because in this era of us trying to grow on social media, grow on TikTok and create content or start a business, when you have negative voices, and most of the time those negative voices are you, when you have negative voices in your life, it will stunt you so badly and prevent you from achieving the things that you actually want to achieve. Things that are in our head and our assumptions of what people view. If I post this reel or if I post this YouTube video, people are gonna think I'm corny or lame or not want to be my friend. And if you think that somebody, if it's a specific person, then remove them. If it's a group of people, then don't reveal it to them. Don't think about what they're gonna have to say. And the way the world works is there's always something catching someone's attention. So you post something and they may look at it, maybe your hair looks crazy or your makeup looks crazy. They may notice it for a little while and then move on to the next thing. And that's how the world works. Like, there's always gonna be something that catches people's attention. And if you let that view of people or what people think halt you, you will not get anywhere. And that doesn't just go for creating content and being a business maker or a business owner, it also goes for opportunities in life. If you're scared to put yourself out there, if you're scared to network, if you're scared to go into this field because of whatever assumptions that you're thinking of, it will halt you from making these connections. It will halt you from growing in life. And that's what I had to realize, because on my Instagram, I don't post any talking reels. I've posted maybe like 2 reels, and they're just me doing makeup, and it's just silent. It's just a fast-paced reel with music and audio. And I realized that if I want to grow and have people relate to me, I need to talk. And that's what I mainly do my talking on YouTube, because I feel like it's a safer space for me, because not that many people on my social media know my YouTube channel. I mean, they can put, 1 + 1 = 2. If they search up my Instagram name, they'll find my YouTube, but I don't really promote it. And right now I'm at the phase where I'm not really promoting my YouTube channel until I feel a little bit more comfortable. And that's okay. You don't have to promote it on Instagram right away. You can promote it on TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to be your biggest supporter, your biggest cheerleader, whatever it is, because no one's going to support you as hard as you support yourself. No one's going to motivate you, to push you, and to create content each and every single day. And that's what you have to do. So with taking out the negative voices in your life, you have to also apply and do things. Sometimes there'll be negative voices regardless of what you do. So yeah, radically reduce the negative voices in your life, in your circle, in your space. If you have to cut people off because you feel like they're just being negative, they're not supporting you, they're hating on every single thing that you do, they're not there for you, they're not a true friend, and they prey on your downfall, then you might just have to remove them, because in order to grow and elevate, you're going to have to leave some people behind. You're going to have to leave those actual negative voices behind, people who don't want to see you win. Because there's I don't know where it was, I think it was on TikTok or YouTube, but sometimes some people, they'll let you succeed, they'll let you grow to a certain point, to where they have in their head. So let's say you start a YouTube channel and they're happy in the beginning, and you hit a 1K, and they're like, yeah, that's great. And then you hit 10K and 50K and 100K. And now they're like, okay, that's too much. You're getting ahead of yourself. You think you're a big YouTuber or you're some type of celebrity. Those type of comments, you will see right through their skin. You will see their true nature, because some people will only let you get to a certain point they see in your head, whether it's making $100 in sales in your business, and then you make 1,000 and 10,000. 100,000, and then they start hating, they start getting jealous, they start making these weird hater remarks, and they don't want to see you grow. And that's how you will really see someone's true color. So don't let those voices affect you. Don't let those people's opinions, the internet, affect you. Do what you love, and it will show through. Number 4, working out. I know this is going to shake a couple feathers for some people, but working out is the best thing you can do for your body. And just find a workout that works for you. Not everyone likes going to the gym, doing cardio, lifting weights. Sometimes people like to take classes, bike, swim, walk, whatever works for you, you should do it. Before I came home for winter break, I was doing solid core, and yes, it's hard. People are like solid core is not Pilates, and it's not Pilates because I did club Pilates, and I did like it. I liked the instructor vibe, I liked the low lights, I liked how calming it was, but it wasn't giving me the results that I needed. I wanted something more intense, and that's why I tried solid core. And ever since I tried solid core, it's been amazing. And I have a favorite instructor. Her name is Christina, and I can't wait to go back to solid core and book a full monthly membership, because before what I was doing was I did a ClassPass free trial, and then I took 2 classes because there were 2 solid core classes in my area. And then they had like a 2-week unlimited class, so I did that. They also had before that, I did a buy one, get one free class, and I was able to test it out to see if I liked it. And I started with beginner 50s, which is the easiest class. It'll take you through the ropes. It will, get you kind of simulated with the equipment and everything like that, and their words and their pacing and their beat. And then I moved up and I started taking different classes like Buns and Guns, abs, all the different names. And honestly, I felt so good after a class, even though it was 15 minutes. And it trust me, it did burn. I was feeling burned, but it made me feel so great afterwards. I felt energized, I felt healthy, I felt fit. And what it does, it also instills discipline. So it's a 2-in-1. Going to the gym every day, it's hard. Trust me, it is hard to get up, put on clothes, especially in the cold, and work out. But that is something that once you start doing for 21 days and you create that habit, it will become a lifestyle. And that's what you want to do. These habits are supposed to become lifestyle choices that you can do each month. And as the month grows, you know, and time goes on, these will become lifestyle choices. So working out is a great way to feel healthy. Like, summer is coming up. Y'all are forgetting summer's coming up. And for some of you guys, your spring break is coming up too. And I know we want to get the bodies that we want. We really should have started last year. But if we start now, we can get that summer body. You know, we can get that body by summer. So working out, and not even just, you know, to get that body, but to create a lifestyle routine that is healthy for you. Because before, my apartment has a gym, so I would do the treadmill and I'll walk for 30 minutes, and I was taking a late class where I had to watch films. So I would watch the movie, and the movie would be like an hour long, and I would go on the treadmill for an hour and watch the movie. And after that, I would lift weights and go back home. I also started eating healthier. So working out and eating healthier go hand in hand. And you can't just work out and then go eat junk food. And I know it's hard and tempting, but you kind of have to kill that craving, kill that desire. But I know here, I've not been in my routine. Like, I need to go back to my apartment and have my routine, because what I would do is wake up and, you know, do different things. And it would put me in this routine to get ready for the day and to be prepared for the day. And that brings me to my last point: create a routine for yourself. And what does that mean? Have a routine that you stick to, because that is the most reliable thing that you will have. For me, I have classes at 9:30 in the morning. And the reason I chose the schedule is because I start class at 9:30 and I finish at 2 on most days. And the reason why I want to finish at 2 is because I wanted to take content creating seriously. And if I'm going to take it seriously, I want to have a schedule that is flexible. Spring or fall semester, I had classes that started at 11 and ended at 5 p.m. And that was just not ideal for me, because it was late, I was already tired, I was sluggish, and there was certain things that I had to do. Now, yes, it's not ideal to quote unquote wake up early, but once you start waking up early, you're going to form that habit. And as the sun starts rising earlier, my body naturally wakes up to the sun. So I'll wake up at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. So that's not a big issue for me. But what I really want was to feel like I had more time in the day. Because there's a lot of times where we feel like, oh, we don't have the same 24 hours. Like, they're able to get so much out of the 24 hours in a day, and I'm not able to. So I created a schedule that works for me. Now, obviously, you may not be able to rearrange your whole schedule and get the classes that you want right now, but in the fall semester, try and create a routine that will help you, you know, do content or do a business or do a side job or whatever it is, and also be a full-time student or a part-time student. So that's the way I'm doing. So Monday through Thursday, I have classes from 9:30 to 2 p.m., which gives me time to work out after or before, and then come back home, film a YouTube video or edit a YouTube video and upload it. It also gives me time to do homework and just chill and relax, and maybe take myself on a solo date while there's still light outside. So that's something that I've started to do, is create a routine. And right now I'm out of my routine, even though that's kind of weird, where it's like, okay, but you're back home. Like, shouldn't you feel like you're in a routine now? And honestly, no, because I spend most of my time at school and in my apartment where everything is functioning. So I'm going to give you guys a little snippet of what my routine looks like on a day-to-day. It's probably going to change for this semester and this year, but usually I'll wake up and I'll drink my tea. So the tea I drink is like, I don't know what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. I'll leave it in the description down below. But this tea kind of cuts my cravings, or it's a metabolism tea. So it cuts my cravings and desires for sugary things, for sweet things. So I'm not eating as much. And then I'll make my tea, and then I'll also take my gummies. So my gummies are my hair care. It's a Sugar Bear Care Sugar, the blue gummies. And then I'll also take my apple cider vinegar gummies, which also helps me with cravings of sweets. When I'm back in Pittsburgh, I don't crave any sweets. I stopped taking my gummies, and I had my birthday cake for my photo shoot. Every night I would cut a slice and eat it. Oh, it is so bad. I need to go back to my apartment and stop eating the sugar, because I have so much access to it right here. And taking those two things drastically changed my diet. I might do a whole thing on health and wellness and fitness. Let me know if you guys want this. So after I do that, I make my bed, get ready, and then sometimes I'll go to the gym or go to a solid core class, and then come home and shower and go to class. Now that it's getting colder, I don't know what my routine is going to be like, but I definitely want to film a morning routine maybe sometime in February when I get my situation figured out and kind of get into the routine of classes and figure out how those are going. Bonus tip or habit to elevate your life: find something that is going to better your life. I know that sounds weird. One thing that I started in 2023 that has drastically helped me is therapy. Now, I know a lot of people talk about therapy and it's like, but honestly, therapy has changed my life for the better. I go to therapy twice a week. I've been in therapy when I was younger. It was okay. And then I think my senior year, the summer of my senior year, I did Better Health. Is it Better Health? Better Health. And I didn't really find any like progress with that or any, I don't know. One, it was expensive. I was paying like $50 a month or a week. Was it a month or a week? I think it was a week. I don't know. Even the student option was still expensive for me. And I just didn't feel, I loved my therapist. Like, she was amazing. She was super helpful. But I don't know. It was kind of, I don't want to say gimmick, but it didn't really feel real to me. I think that you should go on like Psychology Today or actually find a therapist. If you have insurance, sometimes therapists, your whole insurance will cover it, or you have to pay a $30 copay for each session, which is honestly better than what I was paying for. Honestly, therapy was something I should have started a long time ago. The only thing was I was scared to kind of get a therapist and find, because therapists have to license in their own state, which is such a weird rule. I don't understand that. Like, that does not make sense to me because people are always moving and traveling. And I don't want to form an attachment to a therapist and her know everything and know my backstory and get to understand me. And then when I leave, because I'm only here for college, and then when I leave Pennsylvania, I had to go find a whole new therapist. But I realized in that moment I actually needed therapy and it couldn't wait any longer. So now I meet with my therapist twice a week and she's amazing. She's given me so many helpful advice, and honestly, she's like analyzed things. Like, I'll say something and then she'll pick up on it and she'll say, this is probably because you've had some type of this. Like, have you had this in your childhood? Have you dealt with this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, how'd you know? Like, that's so weird. Like, how'd you relate to that? Like, how did you figure that out? And honestly, therapy is the best decision that I've made. And I think that everyone should try and go to therapy. And therapy really should be a free thing, but I would definitely try and see if you're a student, if there are telehealth options for therapy, or if your insurance covers therapy, or if it's like a small copay. Definitely do something like that. Or if you can't afford therapy, listen to podcasts that can be your form of therapy. If doing your makeup is your form of therapy, do it. Because I know it's for me. I did my makeup today and it was definitely therapy for me. Is shopping your therapy? Is sleeping or cooking? Whatever it is that is your form of therapy, that is healthy, do it. Because in life, we have to do things that make us happy and find the joy in the little things, whether it's doing your makeup or reading a book or creating content, things that make you happy. My therapy is also creating content and recording videos and editing videos. Like, I find joy in that. I was making my thumbnail for my 21st birthday photo shoot vlog, and I just regained this whole love for creating content, and it brought me so much joy to just see that I still have it, really, because I don't know, I've kind of been off my game, but it just brought me so much joy to see that I can still create content and do things that I love. And you guys, that video is already up, so if you haven't watched it, check it out. I love that video. I was definitely talking and rambling a lot, but do things that make you happy and find your form of therapy, whether it's spending time with yourself, hanging out with your friends, watching a movie. Enjoy the little things in life. If you guys enjoyed this video, there are gonna be more like this to come in 2024. Please, y'all, hold me accountable. DM me, comment, and be like, Dani, where's the video? Be one of those people like, where's the video? DM me and be like, girl, where is the video? That will motivate me so much, y'all. But I'm trying to be on my A game. And you may see that rise in January, because I think that in January, everyone's like on that high of content creation, and then there's a dip maybe in February, March, April, May, final season. But I don't want to go on that dip. I really want to stay on that high and, you know, kind of just have a steady pace. And that's why I'm recording and creating content for you guys, because I just want you guys to be the best version of yourselves. And I don't know if I would say I'm like a self-help guru But I'm trying to be the girl that didn't have a big sister, because I didn't have an older sister growing up. So a lot of the things that I had to figure out in life, I had to figure out on my own until like TikTok and YouTube. Like my big sister was Jackie Aina. Like Jackie Aina, if you're watching this, I love you. But that was my big sister. She was a pioneer in the makeup community for not only black women, dark skinned women. That's how she was the one I would go to for that advice. And I really want to be that inspiration for people who feel like they don't have anyone to talk to, who feel alone, who feel like they're going through so many things and don't feel like no one knows your situation and no one can be there to talk to you and no one can be there to just give you advice. Y'all, my DMs are open. Like, talk to me, text me, say, hey, like I'm going through something, or I just need advice on content. How do you do your makeup? Like, I want to do an updated makeup tutorial. I definitely want to do one, because the last time I did one was back in February and that makeup was not cute. It was not cute, like, at all. But just ask me different things, DM me, make a whole community. When I have I don't say enough, but I do want to create a community page or like a Discord page for the girls who want advice. We can have one for skincare, self-care, hair care, body care, hygiene, everything, y'all. Like, I want this to be a safe community where you feel loved, and it's really just an open and safe community to be yourself. Like, there's no judgment at all. We don't gatekeep. We don't do any of that. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.